Everyone, it is wonderful to see you once more. You have successfully returned to the Crypto Next Gen Hub channel. My name is Rich, and I am currently working on another movie on XRP, as I always do. I hope that each and every one of you is having a wonderful day today, regardless of where you are in the world. This is going to be a discussion on XRP. At this point, I would like to discuss some of the things that you mentioned in the comments section of some of my earlier films. The possibility that the government would confiscate your XRP was a concern for many of you. Another person who formerly worked at Ripple discusses the reasons why something like that is not possible. According to Hamilton, there are at least 3 reasons why it is not possible to remove XRP from circulation. But to begin, the developer asserts that XRP is a decentralized cryptocurrency, which implies that it cannot be taken away from the individuals who are in possession of the keys. Second, if the government believes that it requires a digital token for its own objectives, it is simple for it to create its own digital token. Nevertheless, the government is not planning to develop a cryptocurrency that is comparable to XRP. In order for the government to acquire cash in a timely manner, I believe that it will require XRP at some point in the future. Lastly, but certainly not least, if the government of the United States restricted the usage of XRP by all individuals, the coin would be rendered useless and would be replaced by a fork. I am also of the opinion that this will not take place. There is a possible connection between this and the buyback tale. Aside from that, it is consistent with the concept that there will be no more XRP in the near future, and the government will have to take it away from us so that they can utilize it for their own purposes. I do agree with you that it can be difficult to locate XRP. Ripple is purchasing it back off the market in certain nations so that it can be used as currency whenever it is required during times of emergency. However, until we reach that stage, I am unable to predict how scarce XRP will be going forward. Only a guess can be made as to what it is. On the other hand, there is one story that is regularly discussed by residents of the area. A few of individuals are of the opinion that the government will never permit any of us to become wealthy with our XRP. A loaf of bread would cost $100 if it were to occur. Overnight, the price of a gallon of gasoline would be $50. In point of fact, there are 4,342,550 individuals all across the world who possess XRP. At this very moment, there are 21,951,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 heirs living in the United States. The previous year also saw an increase of 5.2 million people who became millionaires. In light of the fact that there are already 5.2 million people who are millionaires, if that were the case, a loaf of bread would cost $100 and a gallon of gas would make $50 right now. Isn't that rather obvious to you? It is not possible for us to know with absolute certainty what kind of change we would bring about in the world. It's possible that a lot of people will end up losing their money. On the other hand, there are individuals who are so reliant on fiat currency that they will never make the transition to the digital system. People are constantly writing to me, the money will not be converted into digital form, and they will be required to allow both to continue existing. It is possible that this will not be the case in the future, however, because the issuance of bail at banks has been discontinued, which is a topic that was discussed once more on this episode. Taking into consideration the fact that there are 8 billion individuals, that is not a big concern, which are currently present all over the planet. I continue to believe that a significant number of us are merely speculating, but I do not believe that the government will seize our XRP. In my opinion, they will not instruct anyone on how to make use of XRP. XRP is anticipated to become widely used at some point in the future and will be utilized on a daily basis by all governments, not just the government of the United States. The inquiry of Sam Bankman-Fried, who was the controversial head of the FTX exchange, is expected to expose several murky details concerning the times he met with key SEC officials, according to Deaton, who believes that the probe will reveal these facts. As a result, the attorney believes that the present head of the Securities and Exchange Commission will resign. Gary ought to resign at this very moment, in my opinion. It is common knowledge that the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) is a very corrupt organization. Brought to light that which was bad, it is likely that there are further forms of dishonesty taking place. A cursory examination of the SEC's action against Gemini in Genesis was all I did. Rather than arguing that digital assets themselves are securities, it merely stated that notes were utilized, which indicates that they were required to be registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission (C). It never occurred to me that this would be a case against a cryptocurrency exchange. That is correct, Jeremy Hogan made that statement. Because Gary is engaging in activities that are not part of his job description. For some reason, he wants to put an end to all cryptocurrency, most likely because financial institutions are concerned about it. Alternately, certain financial institutions, including as JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, are interested in becoming extremely involved in the cryptocurrency market. I couldn't help but relay this information to you, Jeremy Hogan, because it is so hilarious. I am currently waiting at gate A1 in the Nashville airport in case anyone else has been trapped there for the past 5 hours. I am willing to give you the tin of cookies that I have. Transferring Bitcoin is a more expedient option than this journey. There have been a lot of years of tweets connected to cryptocurrency that have prepared me for this one. I made the decision to share it with each and every one of you because I felt it was fantastic. Now, there is even more evidence that the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) will take action against Ripple in the event that they lose, which is something that I do not believe will occur. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has filed a lawsuit against Genesis and Gemini for their loan products. John Charles Gasparino was there. It seems to me that he is implying that if Ripple is unsuccessful, this could occur more frequently. Cryptography is about to be shattered by Gary. In my opinion, Ethereum is the next big thing. Gemini and other creditors are exerting a great deal of effort in order to retrieve their money. Therefore, it is unfortunate that the SEC has chosen to initiate legal proceedings today. Neither the acquisition of users nor the advancement of our activities are aided by this. The manner in which they are behaving is not beneficial to anyone, thus they should get their possessions back. Also, if that is what they want to do, they should be allowed to try to get the money back from the people. Why do you feel the need to get at the SEC and if they are already cooperating with one another? It is after the fact that you charge them. The amount of money available for shopping, court fees, and fines will decrease. It would be the same as issuing a citation to someone for driving through a stop sign that was not actually present to begin with. Making laws that are easy to understand and that stimulate growth is exactly what the Securities and Exchange Commission ought to be doing right now. These companies require assistance in order to expand. To put it another way, you should talk to them, tell them what they ought to do, and maintain the flow of fresh ideas in the United States. Thank goodness for that. In Washington, District of Columbia, on January 27th and 28th, the ceasefire gathering that was scheduled to take place in front of the SEC office was granted permission. That they are obligated to perform the duties that we pay them to perform, which is to safeguard small business owners rather than hedge funds. As a result, there will be a gathering in front of the SEC headquarters on the 27th and 28th of January simultaneously. In addition, I thought I'd let you know that it has been requested by 8 major news organizations, including Bloomberg, the Financial Times, and Reuters, among others. There is a bond of $250 million for Freed because he was the CEO of FTX in the past. They did not identify anyone, but you can be certain that it is a well-known individual, most likely George Soros. However, they did not name anyone. If, on the other hand, I were Sam Bankman-Fried, I would be absolutely terrified of being released on bond, simply because I have no doubt that a great number of people wish to keep him quiet. Consider the people he has joined forces with. Examine the events that transpired surrounding Epstein. Fox News is the only source of surprising news. Gary Gensler, chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, removed significant information regarding his conversations with George Soros, Hillary Clinton, and Nancy Pelosi in order to make his calendar available to the public. Has there been any discussion regarding the release of FTX and Sam Bankman? This has been demonstrated to you in previous films. Nevertheless, I thought it would be appropriate to demonstrate it once more because a significant number of individuals have informed me in the comments that you should continue to spread this information. Declare it to the world. Tell the truth to one another.